Welcome to Mr. Criminology, where we share for you to learn and succeed. In this video, we will be discussing Article 183 or false testimony in other cases and perjury in solemn affirmation. Under Article 183, false testimony in other cases and perjury in solemn affirmation is committed by any person who knowingly makes untruthful statements and not being included in Articles 180 to 182 shall testify under oath or make an affidavit upon any material matter before a competent person authorized to administer an oath in cases in which the law so requires. It is also committed by any person who, in case of a solemn affirmation made in lieu of an oath, shall commit any of the falsehoods mentioned in this and the three preceding articles, Article 180, 181, and 182. Itong article na ito ay commonly known as the crime of perjury. Based sa Article 183, there are two punishable acts. First, falsely testifying under oath in non-judicial proceedings, such as in the course of a preliminary investigation or in administrative cases or in official inquiries. Second, making a false affidavit, sworn statements or declarations, or in some other documents so long as it is under oath. May 4 elements upang maging liable dito. First element, accused made a statement under oath or executed an affidavit upon a material matter. Ano nga ba itong oath at affidavit? Oath is any form of attestation by which a person signifies that he is bound in conscience to perform an act faithfully and truthfully. Ito yung manunumpa ka na sasabihin mo ang totoo. Affidavit is a sworn statement in writing, a declaration in writing, made upon oath before an authorized magistrate or officer. Ito naman ay mga sinumpang salaysay na nakasulat. Second, statement or affidavit was made before a competent officer authorized to receive and administer oath. Third, in that statement or affidavit, the accused made a willful and deliberate assertion of a falsehood. And fourth, sworn statement or affidavit containing the falsity is required by law. For example, biktima si Juan ng pagnanakaw. Ngayon pumunta siya sa prosecutor's office upang magsampa ng kaso. Ginawan siya ng complaint affidavit. Nakalagay sa complaint affidavit niya na noong araw ng Sabado, nakita niya si Pedro na pumasok sa bahay niya at ninakaw o kinuha ang mga alahas niya. Sabi niya hindi niya sinita kasi takot siyang baka saktan siya ni Pedro. Nanumpa ngayon si Juan sa harap ng prosecutor na lahat ng nakapaloob sa complaint affidavit niya ay totoo. Kung ang sinabi ni Juan ay hindi totoo o wala talagang nangyaring pagnanakaw, gusto lang niyang pagtripan si Pedro, pwedeng liable si Juan ng perjury. Lahat ng elements ay present dito. Una, gumawa ng affidavit si Juan. Pangalawa, hindi totoo ang laman nito. Pangatlo, ginawa ito sa harap ng prosecutor. Si prosecutor ay may authority to administer oath. At pang-apat, required po na mag-oath si Juan. Ang complaint affidavit by law is required to be under oath. Take note, the false testimony must not be in a judicial proceeding. If in judicial proceeding, pwede siyang liable under Article 180, Article 181, o Article 182, but not perjury. Subordination of perjury. It is committed by a person who knowingly and willfully procures another to swear falsely, and the witness suborned thus testify under the circumstances rendering him guilty of perjury. Ito yung uutusan mo yung iba na gagawa ng false testimony. Dito sa Pilipinas, wala po tayong ganitong crime. Pero yung nag-induce sa iba para magbigay ng false testimony ay pwedeng liable sa crime na perjury as principal by inducement. For example, si Juan galit na galit kay Pedro dahil sa sinabi ni Pedro na magnanakaw daw si Juan. Ngayon, para makaganti siya, nag-file ng case sa prosecutor's office si Juan. Gusto niyang kasuhan si Pedro ng libel. Para lalong may laban ang kaso niya, binayaran ngayon ni Juan si Jose upang gumawa ng affidavit stating na ilang beses na niyang narinig si Pedro na sinabi niyang magnanakaw si Juan. At kitang-kita niyang si Pedro nga ang nagsabi noon. Pero ang totoo, wala talagang alam si Jose. Sinabi lang niya yon dahil nga binayaran siya ni Juan. Si Jose dito ay liable ng perjury as principal by direct participation at si Juan naman ay liable din sa perjury as principal by inducement and not subordination of perjury. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and to subscribe.